opportunity?
It's reporting day is really exciting. If you think about it, the guys have been working since really the national championship game last year to get ready for today. And then the freshmen are just, they're so anxious because this has been a dream of theirs their entire life. I do think the NCAA made a great choice to bring freshmen in June because it just helps them prepare for today. They're in better shape because they've been working out with the guys. The transition from home has already started. They've already been to classes. In fact, we had great results, the best results we've ever had from the first semester of our freshman classes this fall, or this summer. So we're really, really excited about everybody being back, and the guys get to see the coaches. You don't get to see them much in the summer. So it is a good day. All of the freshmen are academically eligible to compete. I've had some questions by some about that this summer, but all of them will be eligible to start the fall semester, so that's not an issue. In fact, all this year have been in summer school and have done well. The coaches poll put us fourth. John Bianco gave me some stats that I will share with the team because I will meet with them at 6:15 tonight in a team meeting. We'll have dinner at 4:45. We've started and finished in the top 10 the last 3 years. And we also have started and finished in the top 10 5 of the last 6 years. So when you really think about it, that's where our guys are used to being in that position. They would be disappointed if they weren't in the top 10 to start. And what we've told them is we've gone from talking about Coach Royal saying it's a beauty contest, but if it is a beauty contest, you want to win, to saying that really the most important thing in preseason polls is that you're high enough that if you win, you can be number one at the end of the year. And we've been able to do that. But that's what the polls are important for in preseason. No one really looks at them when you go back at the end. The first 2 days of practice will be in shorts, and that is just totally orientation. What we're trying to do is teach everybody, see how much the varsity remembers, how much did they retain from the spring. Let the freshmen learn how to practice, and then try to get them all on the same page before we practice them together, because you're always afraid that a young one might hurt an older one because he doesn't know what to do or he falls into him and he hasn't learned how to practice, because we have not seen our freshmen at this time. I had someone ask me yesterday, how do you think so-and-so looks? You all see them. If you've gone out to their summer workouts or their 7-on-7, we haven't seen them. It's not on video, so we have no clue other than what the players tell us. So the first 2 days will be split practices like they have been for the last 2 years, and that means that the older group will go in the morning really early. The younger group will go in the afternoon or night, about 7:30 at night, and the young ones do not practice. They watch the older ones in the morning, and the older ones watch the young ones and help coach them at night. So it's worked really well for us. It also helps the older ones to get to know the younger ones even better because they're standing there with them. But we have found that the best thing it does for us, the young ones watch the older ones practice, they watch their tempo, and they understand what we're expecting in practice. So it's worked really, really well for us. The third day we will go together, and that will be the first day in shells. And they will start earning their right to play in pads. When Joe Jamel told me that you can't learn to swim without a pool, and you can't learn to play football without pads, I think that's so true. So they start earning their job the first day of pads. But that day we will practice together. And then we thought it was appropriate if we were going to have 2 open practices. The fourth practice will be in the stadium. It will be shoulder pads and helmets. It will be shells, so the fans can watch the kids in pads. It'll be exciting for the kids. And then on the 5th day it will be full pads. And that's all based on NCAA rules. For conditioning purposes, they make you go 2 days in shorts, 2 days in shoulder pads and shorts, and a day in pads before you can start your 2-a-day sessions. Again, we'll split the work the first 3 days when we go together. In fact, we're not going together until the 3rd day. When you see us, we will be together the 4th and 5th in pads. And we'll have a great look at the freshmen at that time. We need to, it's a funny time. You're trying to evaluate your freshmen. You're still trying to evaluate who improved over summer from spring with your older guys. You're trying to see if somebody jumped up and had huge improvement in their numbers from the spring. And you're trying to get ready to play. So it's a very difficult time to try to do all this because you don't have as much time, and some of the freshmen don't jump out at you right now, and they will be much better midway through the season, or fourth game or fifth game. John Bianco also brought me another stat today that we've had 10 freshmen in our 13 years to be Big 12 Freshmen of the Year. So freshmen have played and played well for us. And our freshmen need to understand that. And most of those were before freshmen came in June. So there's a better chance for them to play now than before. So 10 of our freshmen have been Big 12 Freshmen of the Year. 9 of those are currently in the NFL. The only one that's not is coaching our running backs, because he left New England and came back and decided to coach. So 10 guys, Big 12 Freshmen of the Year. 9 of them are currently in the NFL, Major being the 10th one, and he's with us. Of those 10 guys, 6 became either Big 12 or National Players of the Year. So you can play freshmen, you can know whether they're good, and they can have an impact on your program, not only the first year, but throughout. And then you take guys like Vince Young and Earl Thomas, who redshirted, that went out in their third year. So you have to balance everything now. Do you redshirt many guys that are great players, even if they're not quite ready to play to start with, because they may leave early? So you may lose them. Jermichael Finley redshirted and left in 3 years. So we've had 3 guys leave that we only got 2 years playing time out of. As I said, the freshmen and the varsity guys will not start earning their spots unless they have one now, until we put the pads on. So really and truly, Friday, or the 5th practice, will be the first day that we can start evaluating where a guy should play, and we will not have our depth chart again until game week, but we will start moving guys up and down, and that will change consistently. With Sherrod's decision yesterday, we probably had 2 freshman quarterbacks that were a little anxious when they went to sleep last night because their life changed. They come in today, and now they've got to start competing on an equal basis tomorrow for that second team spot, and that'll be it'll be a tremendous amount of urgency at that position to get one of those 2 or both of those guys ready to go, and then at some point you have to split them up a little bit and try to play one and see if you could redshirt the other. As far as one being ahead of the other, they were not when they came out of spring at all. They were both confused and behind. So we've got to go fast and try to number one, get them in a position where we can evaluate which one should be playing as quickly as possible, and at the same time try to get them ready to play. But we will start with some urgency with those guys in the morning. Some have asked today, would John Childs be a possibility to go back, and we do not have any thought process in John Childs being a quarterback. He's made the transition to receiver. They say he's looking really good, so we would like to keep him there, and we feel like that we will just move forward with the 2 young quarterbacks. Injury report, John is handing one out. Have you handed it out? Yeah, you've already got it. I think the only things that are significant there is DJ Grant has not been released to practice. So they will watch him and monitor him. It's been less than a year since he had his tough knee operation, so he will take longer than they thought. Trey Allen had the hurt foot in the weight room right after spring practice. He will start practice, but he will be limited. So probably when we go 2 a days, he'll only practice 1, is what I would think. Blaine Irby is out. He is not prepared to practice yet, but he's made tremendous progress. And I talked to he and his dad yesterday, and he's so proud. He's running some now. He's made progress. He is not released to practice. He is not released to be back in uniform, but he'll continue to rehab and continue to help us coach. But he is really excited about the progress that he's made, and that's really good information from us, even from last spring. because he's seen tremendous improvement here right at the end. The heat is always a factor. It seems like it waits to get to 100 till we start practice, and then it pops up. We have learned that we can stagger our practice times and try to beat the heat some, even though the guys need to be out in the heat, even though they've practiced in it all summer. And at the same time, it was a blessing for us when we got the indoor practice area, because if we feel like we've gotten enough heat, instead of depleting their fluids completely and keeping them out in it and probably ruining the practice and having some cramps and possible pulls, we can always go inside and get a lot of work done. So we feel like we've gotten that balance now of how much we should be in to cool their bodies down and get a lot of good work and still have them conditioned. And we felt like when we first got here, we stayed out too much. And when I thought they were out of shape, they're really tired because we'd worked too hard.